Hi, I'm Shana Fannon, interior designer and advocate for connection. This is Good by Design, a show about what defines us as individuals and how that influences what we create. And today we welcome Brian Johnson, best-selling author and host of the Daily Inspiration. Hi, Brian. How are you?
Hey, how are you doing? Thank you for having me on your show today. I'm really honored to be here.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate you coming on.
My apologies in advance for I'm looking a little rugged right now.
It's okay. It's
It's
COVID
called,
life.
yeah, it's called Quarantine Chronicles.
I have been using a client's fake background, so it's all good. So, Brian, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and the projects that you're working on?
Right. So real quick, I'll brief you. I'm from a small town in Alabama called Skipperville, literally a population of about 600 people. There's one caution light. The rooster wakes you up every morning at 6 o'clock religiously.
Is that it's really a rooster?
Yeah, it's really a rooster. Yeah, religiously every morning. So I'm from that small town in Alabama, grew up a product of a single parent household. My mother worked a lot to support my brother and I. And so she's always been my reason why, to just work hard and strive for my goals. My great grandparents who were born in 1916 and 1918, they really showed me, what hard work was like, but more importantly, like love. And they really allowed me to establish my spiritual foundation. So credit to them. But, I've always wanted to help people. And I think that's a derivative of my great grandparents and my mother, just seeing them, work so hard. And when we didn't have a lot, we always just try to help and add value and serve and go sit at somebody's house or go bake a cake or go take food. And, I think that really just rubbed off on me, and the world felt like I was more than just Alabama. So long story short, I've just been on this journey for quite some time to help people. Two things that I'm really, really excited that I'm working on. I'm a best-selling author, and I launched my book in 2014, and it's just been doing really, really well ever since I launched it. And since I launched that book, so many people have asked me, how did you do this? How did you share your message? How do you share your story? How did you get booked on TV? How do you constantly make money? I've created this 90-day bestseller accelerator where we have students that we bring in every 90 days, but I think we're going to evolve it to more of a course. So that's one thing that I have going on and I'm really passionate about. I can talk more about that. And the second thing is we're launching this daily show. My background is television, and I've been producing in Hollywood for some time and worked with a lot of big name late night hosts, and just really got a chance to sit behind the scenes and learn for quite some time. And so now my partner and I, we're going to take everything we've learned, and we're going to launch this show called the Daily Inspiration. And it's just 5 to 7 minute bite-sized inspirational content of different genres and things that we talk about. So those are two things that I'm really passionate about. It's all about helping and serving. So that's where I'm at, and that's what I'm doing today.
Especially right now, people are hungry for the truth. And I think a lot of times people interpret inspiration as just saying these one-liners, these, shoot for the stars, or, these like sayings that kind of came up, I think, when you and I were coming up. I don't know exactly how old you are, but I think we're approximately the same age.
I'm 37.
36.
Yeah. So we're right there.
Like you said, with the proliferation of the internet, we see so many people worried about social media and worried about what they look like and their life looking perfect and all these things. And I think what you and I have both realized is that what's inspirational is that, we overcome, that we have a real story, that we come from a real place, and that real things have happened to us, and that people have gathered around us. And, we have sought out wisdom and sought out friendships and sought out things that have challenged us to another level in our life, that have then created this amazing life on the other side of struggle and difficulty. It doesn't mean that there's no struggle now. It just means that we've got a bigger tool bag to deal with.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think that's really what's inspirational. That's what is inspiring is seeing what that tool bag looks like and understanding what helps us through life.
Absolutely. Speaking of the tool bag and helping, I haven't really coined a methodology or framework, so to speak, around the thought of inspiration. But for me, what I do know is in my tool bag, every single day, I try to help somebody. And that keeps the fire ignited within me to just constantly be inspired to do something. So if I'm feeling down on myself, if there's anything that's coming to my energy and my spirit and it isn't uplifting me, when I help somebody, it keeps me inspired. So I think that's something, for anybody in your tool bag just of life.
Yeah, I think that's a genuine thing too. It's not just like, hey, I'm going to go help somebody because it makes me feel better.
Right.
I mean, that's part of it, but that's not all of it. It's that genuinely, I think when you go and you help somebody, you get to see the world, even for just a moment, from a different point of view. You get to see
Absolutely.
the look on that person's face, and you don't know what that person has been through today. You don't know what they
Absolutely.
were going through yesterday or what they've going through this year, and you just opening the door for them might be the one thing that reminds them that there's kindness in this world, and that there's love, and that there's people who care, and
Absolutely.
they're seen. I think
Yep.
that's such a critical part, of life right now. You see everyone posting all the time on social media, and really the thing that it all comes back to is that everybody wants to be seen.
Right.
We want to be
Absolutely.
seen, we want to be heard, we want to be understood. Just like little things can change somebody's life and their perspective
Absolutely.
entirely. Yeah.
Absolutely. Love that.
Yeah. So I know you're doing all these incredible things. Can you talk a little bit about this program that you're putting together to help people who are trying to write books and trying to promote themselves?
Yeah, so with the 90-day bestseller accelerator for us, it's really about what works. I've been doing one-on-one coaching, teaching people how to write their books, but I've never done it in a group setting at large. So before we went and rolled this thing out, I wanted all constructive criticism and feedback to really put this together. So we have a small cohort of about 17 people in the cohort. And so they are, we're teaching on a weekly basis as opposed to write their books in 60 days. And then after that, the next 4 weeks is really spent marketing and showing them how to get booked on TV and leverage the book. So we're just learning, and it's really starting from the ground up and building this. Just taking my time and being patient with it. And I have some really great students, and they're submitting their frameworks and their outlines right now, and just to go and see. And I'm really pushing myself to just really learn everything that I can about this particular space because it's really important. Books are going to be around forever. And I tell people, like, this is your legacy piece. This doesn't mean this is going to be your only book, but this is a part of your legacy. And this is something that will live forever long after you're gone. So it's really exciting work.
Yeah, because I think not only have you written a book, maybe you shared your own personal life, but now you're helping others to put an incredible part of their lives out into the world and to share what they're meant to be, what they're here for, what their purpose is on this planet with others. So I think, yeah, there's legacy for you in that too, because you're helping people bring forth their purpose into this world, which is incredible.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So part of the show is we talk a little bit about, where we go to kind of help facilitate our purpose on this planet. So, for you, it looks like you're in WeWork. Is that a place you go and you're like, okay, I'm jamming, I'm focused, I'm getting crap done?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I think the creative energy, although because of the current climate right now, there's nobody in here, which is actually kind of cool. But I think it's very tough sometimes to work inside the house and just be confined to those walls. But when you have these colors, like they strategically have implemented colors in here that are aligned with inspiration, like what colors make you inspired, what motivates you. So they've done their work. And I think to be in a place like this, it really reinstills the creativity in me. Furthermore, places like the beach, the park, things like that are really important for me. I've been working out at the beach lately, pretty much every other day. And that alone, man, just the disconnect. And I'm not being braggadocious, but I mean, I do live in LA, and it's close enough, and I haven't been taking advantage of it. But really going out and just setting my computer up and just doing a workout right there by the beach is so liberating, and it reinstills a lot of creativity in me. And I've noticed that I'm more productive, I'm more creative, I'm more inspired the more I keep that up. So WeWork is great, but the beach is amazing for me.
Normally, I actually film this show sitting outside, and I actually
Wow.
work every day sitting outside. And it's part of the reason that's part of the thing that's drawing me to LA, because I have ADHD, and so part of my journey and through life has been discovering where I feel most connected to myself and where I'm able to focus, and being in nature is absolutely necessary for my focus and for my creativity. So I'm 100% on the same page with you there, being
Come
outside.
on, we would love to have you out here.
Ryan, if people want to get a hold of you, can you tell them, where's the best way for them to reach out and connect with you?
Yeah, I'm pretty active on social media. Facebook, my Facebook page is at BJ the Dreamer, and my Instagram page is at BJ the Dreamer. I normally try to respond. I normally have people helping me with my content and stuff like that. But that's the best place to reach me is on social media at BJ the Dreamer. I'm pretty accessible for now.
Thank you so much, Brian, for coming on the show. I'm so excited to see where your course goes, and thankful to have you.
Thank you so much for having me. I think this is amazing what you're doing. Keep up the good work. Let me know if I can help you in any capacity. And listen, as a person that has produced television, I understand what it takes to do this. And even, this is, we're doing this virtually. It still is a lot. So thank you for creating this platform and bringing different individuals and voices to the table to diversify our or your space, to lend a different voice to the space. I think that's really, really important. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Brian.
All right. Thank you.